faced each other on Saturday night, featuring former teammates LeBron and Kyrie. Boston handed LA their 5th straight loss, and Kyrie had 30 points in the win. LeBron had a visit from Miss Trip Dub with 30 points in just 28 minutes. Shannon has mentioned it all day, but it didn't matter. After the game, LeBron and Kyrie had a hug and a secret chat. There have been a lot of rumors that Kyrie could be out of Boston when he hits free agency this summer. So we're joined by former Celtic player, current Celtic TV analyst, Brian Scalabrine. Good to have you with us.
There it is. Way to go.
It's going to be a busy day for you, but we're happy to have you with us. And you have the inside. Do you believe Kyrie already has 1 foot out the door?
No, I mean, I don't think anybody knows what Kyrie's going to do at this point. I'm not sure even Kyrie does. In the NBA, there's a lot of things that can go. If the Knicks have been rumored to Kyrie Irving, now see, how do they finish? Where do the lottery balls bounce? Okay. Do they get a Zion Williamson? If they do, or the #1 pick, if they do they trade for Anthony Davis? What is Kevin Durant going to do? How did the Celtics finish up this season? Do they make a strong run? Do they go to the finals? If they do lose, how is it? Does he get the ball at the end at the end of the game? There's a million things that can go wrong. And I would say, for all the free agents, Kevin Durant, Kyrie, it all seems to be, how does this year unfold?
But maybe the better question is, do any of his teammates at least suspect that maybe he has a foot out the door? Do you get any of those vibes?
Well, I think all free agents now are keeping all their options open. They want to know what their life looks like. This is going to be, so if he stays with Boston, it'll be a 5-year deal. If he goes somewhere else, a 4-year deal. They want to look at a lot of different things. And maybe his teammates know, like, he doubled down early on, the commercial with his father. He's saying, I want to come back. Maybe his teammates know that it's not as solid as that was with his 2 commitments early, but maybe they know that depends on how this thing unfolds. And if we play well, which right now they have been, even though the Houston game I thought was the worst loss of the season. So a lot of different things can happen. Right now they look locked in. So I think the teammates, they all seem pretty up-spirited right now, especially after the win against the Lakers and Golden State.
Yeah, but before they had that big win at Golden State, Jaylen Brown said it was toxic. We hear other guys that we're not playing together.
Sure.
I understand that you play this game and you understand that long road trips are an opportunity to bring things together. But when you have teammates seemingly putting little stuff out there and you know what they're talking about,
sure,
does that weigh into whether or not Kyrie, like, okay, this is what y'all guys feel? And you hear, oh, they play better without Kyrie. They win games without Kyrie. They went to the Eastern Conference Final without Kyrie. Kyrie said, well, y'all don't need me there, so deuces.
Okay, he might say that, but also remember that Anthony Davis has been linked to the Boston Celtics, right? I don't know if Anthony Davis is going to continue with this guarantee that I'm not going anywhere with L.A., then he'd take it back, and now he's on the barbershop with LeBron. And, those guys are in cahoots with the same agent. So I'm not sure, but if the Celtics made a trade and got Anthony Davis, that might help the Kyrie situation. So we don't know what teammates are going to be there. Terry Rozier came out the other day and said, when his energy is down, our energy is down. Well, Terry Rozier is a free agent. So I just don't know what this team looks like. And I think there are so many variables with the Celtics this year. They have picks. They have young players. They have some expiring contracts that they can move if they want to go out there and get Anthony Davis, which I'm hearing that Kyrie and AD are kind of linked. I'm also hearing that Kyrie and Kevin Durant are kind of linked, right? So how does all this stuff unfold? What Kevin Durant does, how they finish, might even affect what Kyrie does. So I think you have to take into account the teammates, the lottery balls. Everything is in play when it comes to Kyrie.
What did you make of Kyrie's? I thought he laid it on a little thick when he hugged LeBron after the game.
The Boy Scout handshake. Wait, let me ask you. You had a former teammate, and you guys go to war out there. You're doing the Boy Scout handshake afterwards?
No, we just dap it up and hug. Hey, bro, I see you down the road.
I thought that was interesting. That game had very, very little juice to it. I thought, you know what, Lakers, Celtics, throw out everything. Throw out LeBron's minute restriction, Kyrie, the drama, everything. Throw it all out. It's Lakers, Celtics. We're going to see a big-time battle. Man, that game had the juice of a preseason game. It was so disappointing, but I get it. Lakers are in their situation, and the Celtics are right now playing pretty good basketball over the last 2.
Kyrie did put on a show on Saturday.
No question.
He did. I mean,
he's special.
He is special.
And there's one thing that happened earlier. And Aaron Baines, he's like the most unsung hero of this team. When he's out, they struggle. And they struggle with like their effort. When he comes back, it's a little bit different. Aaron Baines Kyrie forgot to rotate over on a Williams dunk. Aaron Baines said, you need to be there. Kyrie gave him a look like, you shouldn't be talking to me like that.
Really?
But right away, he goes down, makes a play, comes off a screen, gives Aaron Baines the ball, he shoots it, he makes it. It was like, all right, I could see that he was upset, but that upset, it lasted 5 seconds, and they moved on to the next play. Aaron Baines is like the guy that stabilizes all the drama with his team because he just plays hard, and he'll call out from Kyrie to another guy that doesn't play very much. He's calling everybody out.
Yep.
He's keeping everyone accountable, including himself.
Why does he do that? Where did he learn? Spurs. Right?
Oh,
he learned how
it
to
all
win
goes
as a
back.
Spur.
But,
That makes sense.
but that's the difference, is not letting it linger.
Sure, 100%.
Because we see a lot of guys, if they feel like the guy's inferior, you can't talk to me like that.
But now they just moved on. And I would say maybe in the Houston game, that didn't happen.
Right.
So, like, this season for the Celtics had been a disappointment as far as the regular season, the ups and downs. That Houston loss was embarrassing, getting booed in the second quarter.
Yep.
But they come on this road trip. Big game tonight versus the Clippers. Are they going to be able to win this game? The Clippers are a hard-playing team at the end of a road trip, 6 days in L.A.
Yep.
Probably it's against him. But if they can, now that whole plane flight over where they feel like they got it all together, long plane flight back, maybe this is what happens for this team to sort of turn the corner.
So how do you explain what has happened when Kyrie hasn't played? They've won.
He sits out a lot of bad games.
Yeah?
Yeah, I mean, he picks and chooses. He'll sit out Cleveland on the road. He sat out
Sacramento.
Sure.
Right?
Yeah, the Sacramento game, he sat out that game. So
they won.
there's a lot of that. They barely won. And if you look at the record when he hasn't played against playoff opponents, it's a little bit better than it was like when they were making that conversation. But they're not winning a lot of games without Kyrie on the road against really good teams. That's just the way it is.
And they're definitely not winning in the playoffs.
Yeah, that's
without Kyrie.
They might win at home because last year they won at home. Remember,
Game 7.
yeah, they won one road game last year. One playoff road game was against Philly, the confetti game, where Philly thought they won the game. That was the only game. So when you want to look at and to win in the NBA, to win a championship, you got to win on the road.
Yeah, especially if you don't have home court.
And now, yeah, exactly. They might be not home court in the first round. You have to win on the road. Kyrie allows them to win on the road because that stuff doesn't bother him. His game, I mean, he's gone to Oracle Game 7 and made the biggest shot in Cleveland Cavalier history.
He did?
On the road.
Correct.
In one of the most hostile environments. So clearly it does not bother him. So far, there's a lot of guys on the Celtics. In the past, it has bothered them. Maybe they move on from that. Maybe they don't. But I've seen Kyrie deliver on the road. I have not seen the rest of the guys deliver on the road.
Okay.
Well, I was going to revisit. You talk about AD and Kyrie. You know you're going to have to give us a lot of those young pieces.
100%.
Maybe a Jason Tatum. Maybe a Jaylen Brown. And maybe some draft.
And maybe that conversation doesn't even happen. Maybe these guys get to the NBA Finals and Danny Ainge says, you know what, I'm good.
No way. You got a chance to get Anthony Davis. That's a generational player. You're not saying you're good.
You're already in the finals.
I don't care. That's a generational player.
You're going to break up a team that...
Break it up.
When you don't know what Kevin Durant's going to do. You might say, all right, we're not as good as the Warriors right now. KD can walk. Then if you go to the NBA Finals, that means you beat Toronto on the road.
Right.
That means you beat Milwaukee on the road. That means you went into Oracle and lost.
Right.
And now you can get AD. But if KD walks, you might be the best team in the NBA.
Maybe. Okay, so sum it up for us. Look at the bright side. Why have the Celtics been better lately? When they click, what happens to you? What's the formula?
From a stat perspective, they pass 320 times a game when they win, 280 times a game when they lose. The ball is moving freely. But I think it's more than that. It's about being connected, helping the helper. Guy cracks back on the weak side, being able to talk to each other. When things go sideways for them, and it does, 8-2 run in the NBA, 14-6 run. Those things happen. Kyrie stabilizes them. They need more people to stabilize them. Trust each other. Trust the execution. They had Toronto, I think they're still on a run right now against the Celtics. That started 2 weeks ago in the second quarter, and it's still going. So they need to be able to correct it themselves. And a lot of people have been pointing to Brad Stevens needs to call a timeout when this happens. No, you need to be able to fix this yourself. Because in the playoffs, you can't just keep banging timeouts
You
when this
out
happens.
in the first half.
Yeah.
Let me ask you a question. Do you agree that they play a different brand of basketball when Kyrie's on the floor because Kyrie dominates the ball?
No.
You believe they play the same way?
Well, I told you before, they win. Whether Kyrie plays or not, it doesn't matter. The passing is still the same when they win.
Okay.
When Kyrie plays or not, when they lose, it's still the same. So those games that they're losing, when Kyrie is sitting, 280 passes. The games where we're winning with Kyrie playing, 320 passes. Right?
Okay. Interesting. Great stuff. Really interesting to have you with us, Brian. Thank you for joining us. Those long flights home are more fun coming off a win. So, all right. Has Antonio Brown changed the NFL forever? We'll discuss the latest.